Rose and Pearl Entertainment presents the reading of Queen of Magic, a short film written by DiStefano. Content warning. Please be aware that this performance will include the sound of gunshots. If you want to avoid this content, please view the show notes for exact times. Fade in. Interior, theater, stage, New York City, 1890, night. Close one. A performer's confident eyes. Dead silence. A blindfold is placed over the performer's head. POV performer. The blinding spotlight disappears as the blindfold is pulled down. Black screen.
Ready. Aim.
Cut the title. Queen of Magic. Interior, boarding house, Addison's room, night. Cramped, a single bed, small desk, boarded windows. A tuxedo and top hat hang on the closet door. Addison Ellery, 20s, a determined British redhead, sits at the desk shuffling a deck of cards. Addison answers the door. It's Olivia Albini, 20s, a bricky Italian-American Brooklyn native with a tray of food. She sets down the tray as she watches Addison.
You got one yet?
Sit down.
Olivia sits on the bed. Addison hands over the deck of cards.
How many aces in a deck of cards?
4.
How many ace of hearts?
1.
What if I told you you could shuffle that deck as many times as you want, and each time I'll be able to find the ace of hearts?
Olivia inspects the cards. They're all different.
Go on. Find the ace of hearts, so you know I haven't stolen it.
Olivia pulls out the ace of hearts.
Now, shuffle it as many times as you'd like.
Olivia gives the cards a thorough shuffle. Addison closes her eyes and channels her telepathy.
Count out 6 cards.
Olivia deals out 6 cards.
Flip the next one over.
It's the ace of hearts. Shock fills Olivia's face.
Hold on.
Olivia gives the cards an even better shuffle this time. She presents the new deck to Addison. Addison shuts her eyes once again.
13.
Olivia deals out 13 cards and then slowly reveals the 14th. It's the ace of hearts.
How you doing that?
Addison beams with pride.
Care to try again?
I could do this all day long and still think it's a real corker.
Olivia shuffles one more time. She insistently presents the deck.
2.
Olivia deals out 2. Flips the third. Ace of hearts.
Unbelievable.
Addison collects the cards.
No, what's unbelievable is that you have been holding the ace this entire time.
Olivia cocks her head.
Check your shoe.
Olivia does, and the ace of hearts is inside her shoe. Her mouth drops.
Oh, this ought to impress them for sure.
Addison forces a small smile.
Hey, you're gonna do great.
I don't know what great even means anymore.
Olivia places her hand on Addison's.
I believe in you. Don't take no guff from those guys. They don't know nothing. If only they could see you like I do. You're something special, Addison. I know it.
There's a moment between them. Addison's hand flips over, grabbing Olivia's.
Thank you.
Interior, theater, day. A quaint, empty theater, run by Simeon, 50s, a burly Irishman who sits at a table writing. Addison walks in with an audition notice. Simeon barely turns around, waves her in, and gestures her to the stage. She walks on stage as Simeon continues his attention on his writing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to perform a trick called the Amazing Ace. First, I'd like to ask, how many aces are in a deck?
As she waits for a response, Simeon looks up. He finally takes her in.
What is this? Girls are supposed to be dancers or singers. What you doing?
I'm a magician.
Good one, lass. There ain't no lady magicians.
Addison ignores him and rallies on.
What if I told you that I could find the ace of hearts anywhere you shuffle it in this deck?
She tries to hand him the deck. He doesn't take it. He leans forward, getting a little more serious.
Listen, sweetheart, you got a pretty face. Can you carry a tune? I got a spot on me roster for a singer.
No, that's not what I do. If you'd only let me
Too
finish.
bad. I've got some big newspaper guys coming opening night. They make or break careers, you know. I consider learning a skill people actually pay to see.
But if you just let me finish the trick, I promise you'll be impressed.
Look, I can't take a chance on some girl who's just looking to stir up trouble. You learn a useful skill to go with that pretty face of yours, and I'll give you another shot.
Simeon goes back to writing. Addison falters between defeat and determination. Then exits the stage. Interior, boarding house, hallway, night, empty hallway. A gunshot echoes throughout the halls. Olivia rushes to the door.
Addison! The boarders are having a fit. My mom ain't too keen on having complaints all day long. Told her I'd talk to you about the gunshots. It ain't too good for business, neither. Trust me, you don't want my ma coming in there. You'll get the boot for sure.
Addison opens the door.
I need a favor.
She pulls her inside. Interior, boarding house, Addison's room, continuous. Addison pulls Olivia in and hands her a pistol.
Shoot me.
You're crazy as a loon.
I have roughly 5 seconds to garner the attention of an audience. Being shot takes about 2.
She pushes the pistol to Olivia.
I ain't murdering nobody.
You won't, I promise. Do you trust me?
Not really. But
She grabs the gun.
what do I gotta do?
Just point and shoot.
You know, I got plans for my life. And I gotta tell you, none of it involves being sent up the river, if you catch my drift. I ain't even allowed to visit my brother in Sing Sing.
Olivia, trust me.
You promise? You ain't gonna die?
Addison confidently nods. Olivia raises the gun, shuts her eyes, and pulls the trigger. A puff of smoke exits the gun. Olivia opens her eyes and sees Addison standing with the bullet pinched between her fingertips. Olivia's mouth drops.
What?
Will you be my assistant?
Interior, theater, night. Simeon anxiously paces around the theater. Addison, dressed as a boy, enters. She drops her voice and dons an American accent.
Something wrong, sir?
Simeon glances over.
What do you want, boy?
I was wondering if you still had space in your show.
Simeon stops in his tracks.
Are you a bleeding angel?
Excuse me?
One of me acts just came down with a nasty flu. The lot of them. You couldn't have come at a better time. What is it you do?
I performed the bullet catching trick.
Simeon inspects her for a moment.
Have I seen you before?
Addison shrinks, fearing she's been discovered.
No, I think I've seen you perform at the Brooklyn Theater. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, I've performed there many times.
All right then, you're hired. Be here at 7 sharp.
Addison walks off.
Oh, what do they call you?
She pauses.
The Amazing Ace.
Simeon stops a moment. He turns back to Addison, but she's gone. He brushes it off. Interior, theater, stage, night. Addison stands on stage, dressed as her male persona, the Amazing Ace. Olivia blindfolds him. Olivia walks over to a table and presents a pistol to the audience. She takes aim at the Amazing Ace.
Ready! Aim!
Smoke fires from the gun as a woman in the audience screams. The amazing Ace stands with the bullet pinched between his fingers. He rips off the blindfold and takes a bow. The audience cheers. Olivia brings out a large cloak and places it around the amazing Ace. The audience quiets down. Another cloaked figure walks on stage. They grab the gun from the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, when death presents itself, we mustn't fear it. We should embrace it, for it is just a new beginning.
The amazing Ace promptly ties on the blindfold and pulls up the hood, covering his face. He presents himself to the shooter as the shooter takes aim. Silence. Smoke escapes the gun as the amazing Ace falls to the ground. The woman faints. The cloaked shooter pulls back their hood to reveal the amazing Ace. The audience cheers. Edison blows the barrel and rips off the cloak and hat to let her long hair flow. The audience continues to cheer. The body is gone from the floor, just an empty cloak. Edison walks over to the cloak and pulls out an ace of hearts. She turns to the wings and smirks at Simeon, who is in complete shock. She tosses the card at him.
Told you you'd be impressed.
She smugly winks. Fade out.
Thank you for listening to the reading of my screenplay, Queen of Magic. My name is Kathy DiStefano, and if you'd like to see this story brought to life as a short film, please consider supporting our Seed and Spark campaign. You can find the link in the script notes. You can also follow us, stay engaged, and learn more at Queen of Magic Film on Instagram. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and I hope that you'll stay on board as we travel from script to screen.